Hey there, folks.
Welcome back to another mind-blowing adventure into the mystical world of mythology and the supernatural.
Today, we're diving headfirst into the dark abyss to unravel the enigmatic secrets surrounding Leviathan, one of the 7 deadly demons and the ultimate terror lurking beneath the waves.
So, grab your diving gear and join me as we explore the origins, cultural significance, and interpretations diverse of this ancient sea monster that has held humanity in its thrall for centuries. The tale of Leviathan has ancient roots, tracing back to the mythologies of the Near East. The name itself comes from the Hebrew word Leviathan, which pops up in the Bible, especially in the Book of Job and the Book of Psalms. In these sacred texts, Leviathan is painted as a colossal beast, a symbol of chaos and the untamed fury of the ocean. In the Book of Job, chapter 41, Leviathan is depicted as an awe-inspiring and fearsome creature, with impenetrable scales, fiery breath, and an unstoppable nature. These descriptions not only highlight the beast's terrifying power but also serve as a metaphor for the uncontrollable forces of nature. In Psalms 104 verse 26, Leviathan is mentioned in a more subdued light, emphasizing the vastness of the sea and the mysterious creatures that dwell within. These biblical accounts set the stage for Leviathan's symbolic importance in later religious and cultural contexts, reaching far beyond the pages of Scripture. Leviathan's story isn't unique to the Bible. It finds parallels in ancient Near Eastern mythologies. In Ugaritic myths, there's a similar sea monster named Lotan, often linked to chaos and the ocean. This shows how the theme of a monstrous sea creature is a universal motif across different cultural narratives.
In Mesopotamia
and myths, Tiamat, a primordial goddess depicted as a dragon-like creature, represents the chaotic forces of the sea. The similarities between Tiamat and Leviathan highlight the archetypal nature of this sea monster motif in ancient cultures. Over time, the concept of Leviathan has transcended its biblical origins and found its way into various cultures, shaping a diverse array of interpretations and representations. It's not just confined to religious texts. Leviathan has made its mark in art, literature, and even popular culture. Throughout history, artists like Goscinny, Staver, and Thomas Hobbes have depicted this creature in different forms, capturing its monstrous and awe-inspiring nature. These artworks often serve as allegories for the uncontrollable forces of nature or political chaos. In literature, Leviathan appears in works like Herman Melville's Moby Dick, where the white whale can be seen as a symbolic descendant of the biblical sea monster. The literary portrayal of Leviathan allows for nuanced explorations of power, nature, and the human condition. Leviathan also holds a place in philosophical discourse. Thomas Hobbes, in his seminal work Leviathan, uses the beast as a metaphor for the sovereign power of the state. In Hobbes's view, Leviathan represents the social contract and the need for a strong authority to maintain order and prevent chaos in human society. This adaptation of Leviathan is a departure from its biblical and mythological roots, focusing instead on the role of human institutions and governance. It shows just how adaptable the Leviathan motif can be across different intellectual traditions. In Christian theology, the 7 deadly sins represent vices that are particularly harmful to one's spiritual well-being. Leviathan is often associated with the sin of pride, further emphasizing its role as a symbol of the darker aspects of human nature. Pride, considered the chief of the 7 deadly sins, involves an excessive belief in one's abilities or accomplishments, often leading to a disregard for others and a sense of superiority. Leviathan, with its colossal and imposing presence, becomes a fitting representation of this sin. The biblical descriptions of Leviathan's grandeur align perfectly with the prideful nature of the sin. It symbolizes the dangers of arrogance and adds a moral dimension to the mythological creature, connecting it to human behavior and the consequences of hubris.
In the context of the 7 deadly sins, Leviathan takes on allegorical significance as pride personified.
It serves as a cautionary symbol, warning against the dangers of arrogance and the pursuit of personal glory at the expense of others. This allegorical interpretation invites individuals to reflect on their own tendencies towards pride and hubris, urging them to cultivate humility and a sense of interconnectedness with the broader human community. Leviathan's association with the terror of the deep reflects its primal and awe-inspiring nature. The deep sea has always been a source of mystery and fear for humans, and this mythical creature embodies the unfathomable depths and the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. Throughout history, the deep sea, with its darkness and vastness, has symbolized the unknown. Leviathan, as the terror of the deep, embodies the primal fears associated with the ocean's mysteries, a realm that remains largely unexplored and filled with creatures that defy imagination. The terror of the deep serves as a metaphor for the existential anxieties humans face when confronted
with the unknown and the uncontrollable aspects of life.
Leviathan becomes a manifestation of those fears, the capturing awe and dread inspired by the mysterious depths of the sea. The motif of a monstrous sea creature is a recurring archetype in cultures worldwide, from the kraken in Scandinavian folklore to the sea serpent in Asian myths. The concept of a terrifying aquatic beast transcends geographical boundaries.
Leviathan, as a universal archetype, taps into these cultural fears and fascinations with the unknown.
The terror of the deep, embodied by Leviathan, finds resonance in literature, where it becomes a central theme in maritime tales and adventures. This archetype continues to captivate the human imagination, underscoring the enduring power of Leviathan as a symbol of primal fears. Leviathan, the terror of the deep and one of the 7 deadly demons, weaves a complex tapestry of symbolism, mythology, and cultural significance. From its biblical roots to its philosophical interpretations, Leviathan transcends religious boundaries and emerges as a universal symbol of chaos, pride, and the mysteries of the deep. Its historical journey takes us through ancient mythologies, biblical texts, artistic representations, and philosophical treatises. Its adaptability across different cultural contexts speaks to the enduring fascination with this mythical sea monster. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Leviathan, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for joining me on this adventure.